I'm Dr. Avantika Pandey, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, University of Lucknow, and I'm presenting an overview on the climate smart agriculture. As we all know that climate change and food insecurity poses two of the greatest challenges of the 21st century. And so before dealing with the climate smart agriculture, first we have to look out and sort that what is the climate change and
Madam,
how it is.
sorry to interrupt. There is some disturbance when you are speaking. Yes, some background noise like it is coming when you are speaking. It's repeating like kind.
Okay, ma'am. Is it clear? Is it clear or not?
Maybe you can close the door. Huh? Something echo or something is
The
there.
door is closed. I think there is a problem in
Earphone?
phone.
Maybe. You can speak from laptop speaker.
It is clear now.
Now you have connected the earphone again, is it?
Okay.
Yes. Just wait. You just speak, no?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Avantika Pandey.
No, ma'am. Same, that disturbance is coming.
Just, okay, let me check.
It's not very clear like that it is. Will you try speaking directly through the laptop mic, ma'am? Disconnect the Bluetooth and try, no? We'll see.
Ma'am, voice is clear or not?
Yeah, now it is better. Is it comfortable for you speaking like this?
Okay, yes, it is better. I don't use any microphone also.
Okay, please proceed. Okay, we can go to slideshow mode.
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah, please start.
Is it okay?
Yeah, fine.
Okay, so can I start it?
Yes, you can share.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Avantika Pandey, Assistant Professor, Department of Botany, University of Lucknow, and I am presenting an overview on a climate smart agriculture. As we all know that climate change and food insecurity poses two of the greatest challenge of 21st century. So before dealing with climate smart agriculture, first we have to look uh, out and sort that what is the climate change and how it is related with agriculture. In simple terms, global warming is mainly occurred due to increased emission of greenhouse gases such as CO2, methane, and etc. that trap more heat in the Earth atmosphere, causing the Earth to get hotter. This warming leads to the climate change, which refers to the long-term shift in a temperature and weather pattern. Climate change leads to the Climate change leads to the frequent extreme weather events, uneven precipitation, drought, and flood that all ultimately causes reduction in the agriculture production. According to a report of the Government of India, in absence of adoption of a adaptation measure against climate change, agriculture sector in the agriculture sector, yield of rain-fed rice are projected to reduce by the 20% in 2050 and 47% in 2080. Likewise, the yield of wheat also reduced by 19.3% in 2015 and 40% in the 2018. But at the same time, it is also reported that Agriculture sector is also responsible for large amount of greenhouse gas emission that contribute to the climate change. There is a report of IPCC 2020 that land use, land cover change and agriculture practices cumulatively contributed 13% of CO2 emission, 44% of methane emission and 82% of nitrous oxide emission of the total net anthropogenic GHG emission from 2007 to 2016. Therefore, in response to these in response to these challenges, the concept of climate smart agriculture has emerged as an integrated approach to deal with food security and promote sustainable development while addressing climate change issues. The concept of climate smart agriculture was started in was first launched by FAO in 2010 in a background paper prepared for the Hague Conference on Agriculture, Food Security and Climate Change, that is FAO Climate Smart Agriculture Policies, Practices and Financing for Food Security Adaptation and Mitigation. The climate smart agriculture is based on three of the pillars. The first one pillar of the climate smart agriculture is build resilience and adapt to climate change. The second pillar of the climate smart agriculture is sustainably increase food security by increasing agriculture productivity and income. And the third pillar of climate smart agriculture is to reduce and or remove greenhouse gas emission. For climate smart agriculture, there are several climate smart agriculture practices, and by adopting these practices, we can add in a climate smart agriculture. So, first agriculture practices, and which comes under the climate smart agriculture, is conservation agriculture, and it involves no tillage or the reduced tillage cultivation, employing crop residues and cover crop to keep the soil cover and rotating crop to enhance soil fertility and biodiversity. These practices can reduce soil erosion, improve water retention, increase carbon sequestration, and lower the greenhouse gas emission. Happy seeder is considered as one of the promising technology in conservation agriculture, and it is one of the promising technology which is used for sowing wheat without any burning of the rice residue. The second climate smart agriculture practices is crop diversification. It is defined by IPES Food 2016 as a maintenance of multiple source of production and varying what is produced across farming landscape, intercropping, and overtime. The third climate smart agriculture practices is the agroforestry. It is involved integrating the tree and shrub with crop and livestock can create more diverse and productive agriculture system that provide multiple benefit for the farmer and the environment. Agroforestry can enhance soil quality, conserve water, diversify income sources, provide fuel for and fodder and sequester the carbon. In this picture, you can see that coffee plant grown in the agroforestry condition. The fourth CSA practice is the precision irrigation, which involve drip irrigation, sprinkler irrigation, and collecting rainwater are examples of the climate smart agriculture practices which involve precision irrigation, and that can be used to maximize the water use efficiency and reduce negative impact on the environment. There is a report which are published in Agriculture Water Management Journal that report that a climate smart irrigation strategy can mitigate agriculture water consumption while ensuring food security under a climate change. The fifth climate smart agriculture practices that we can adopt is a site specific nutrient management. And in this practice, we can use the leaf color chart for leaf color chart, and it is surrogate to leaf nitrogen status and guide the application of nitrogen to maintain the required nitrogen content in the crop. This LCC was developed by the ICEA specifically for the rice, wheat, and maize. And by using these leaf color chart, we can check out nitrogen status of our crop, that and as these SSNM contribute to managing nutrient required by the crop, thereby increasing resource use efficiency and reducing GHG emission from the agriculture sector. The sixth CSA practices is the laser land leveling. It is an improved land leveling technology which primarily reduces irrigational water loss that occur in undulated field. It is a climate smart technology which reduces irrigation water loss, enhances water use efficiency, Hello.
Yes, ma'am. You please proceed. I muted them. Please proceed, ma'am.
It enhances water use efficiency, reduces energy use for irrigation, enhances fertilizer use efficiency, and increases crop yield. The seventh practice of the climate smart agriculture is the stress tolerant varieties are improved crop with a particular tolerance to stress. And the eighth one is utilization of the climate smart crop. Millet can be considered as a climate smart crop as it have a several quality like it grow faster, have a shorter life cycle, grow organically, survive in a low water and nutrient condition, need less rainfall, withstand harsh environment like drought, heat, dry. It is resistant to pests and diseases, high yield ink. It has a multiple uses like it can be used as a food, feed, and fodder. Uh, it have higher micronutrient content like it is higher in iron, zinc, and calcium. It is a high in dietary fibers and antioxidant. It have a low glycemic index and gluten free. It is high in protein and vitamin B and rich in polyphenols and phytohormone. However, having these qualities, it is considered as an underutilized and neglected crop, and there is a not much attention has been given on the millet. So there is a need that we can grow these millets and more and use it in our daily foods. There is a report that is said that the mainstreaming orphan millets for advancing climate smart agriculture to secure nutrition and health, and which is published in a Frontiers in a Plant Science. Government of India, there are several initiatives taken by the climate for the climate smart agriculture, and the concept of climate smart village is one of the initiative which is taken for the climate smart agriculture. The concept of climate smart villages are site and the climate smart villages are the site where researchers from the national and international organization, farmers cooperative, local and government leaders, private sector organization, and key policy planner come together to identify which climate smart agriculture intervention are most appropriate to tackle the climate and agriculture challenges in the village. In South Asia, climate smart village concept were first initiated in 2011, first in Haryana and Bihar in India, and Rupandehi in Nepal. A report published in a scientific report tells that it is a case study, and it said that a 3-year 2014 to 17 farm study was carried out in 3 different climate smart villages of Karnal. That climate smart villages are Bir Narayana, Anjanthali, and Chandasaman. And in these villages of Karnal district of Haryana of India, um, farmers adopted the climate smart agriculture practices, and by adopting these climate smart agriculture practices like zero tillage, land level with land laser land leveler, zero tillage with happy seeder, based on alternative wetting and drying, tensiometer, site-specific nutrient management. By adopting these climate-smart agriculture practices, it was found that adoption of these climate-smart agriculture practices improved the biomass yield, net farm income, and economic efficiency by 6 to 9, 18 to 23, and 42 to 50% respectively. Overall adoption of the CSAP, that is climate smart agriculture practices, could be viable alternative for improving energy use efficiency, farm profitability, and eco-friendly efficiency in the rice wheat system. There is another NGO that is a BAIF, which is based in a Urali Kanchan near Pune, Maharashtra, implemented a climate smart village program in Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, and Madhya Pradesh, which demonstrated first time access to climate smart agriculture technologies by more than 11,000 vulnerable families from 75 villages, improving their crop productivity and income, increasing the nutrient use efficiency by 140% and reducing carbon emission by 55%. The other initiative by the Government of India is that a national innovation on the climate resilient agriculture. It is a network projected of the ICAR launched in February 2011. The project aims to enhance resilience of Indian agriculture to climate change and climate vulnerability through strategic research and technology demonstration. The other initiative taken by Government of India is Pradhan Mantri Krisi Sanchayi Yojana, and this yojana can be considered a part of climate smart agriculture as it focuses on improving water use efficiency, promoting micro irrigation, and enhancing access to assure irrigation, which are key element of climate resilient agriculture practices. The other initiative of for the climate smart agriculture is the Sustainable Agriculture Mission, and the key issue addressed by these class sustainable agriculture mission is that the farmer field school for climate smart agriculture. There are several challenges before CSA in India, and these challenges include one of the among these challenges, one of the most important challenge which are faced in India against CSA is the lack of awareness and knowledge. This is a common challenge in the adoption of new agriculture practices in India. Farmer and extension worker may not be aware of the benefit of CSA or how to implement these practices effectively. There is a report which say that that report highlight that one of the key challenges faced by farmer is the lack of awareness and knowledge about the CSA practices, and this report was carried out in Uttar Pradesh, India. The second limitation for CSA in India is limited access to finance, insurance, and market. The third limitation is inadequate infrastructure and institutional support. The success of CSA relies on supportive infrastructure and institution. This include irrigation system, storage facilities, and organization that can provide assistance and guidance. Fourth limitation for CSA in India is high cost and risk. The initial cost associated with adopting new technology and practices can be a significant barrier for the farmers. Additionally, the perceived risk may discourage their adoption. What measures should be taken for better adoption of the climate smart agriculture? That is capacity building and awareness, financial and technical support, policy and institutional strengthening, encourage the marginalized group to participate in CSA planning and implementation, and foster the innovation and collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for a wonderful presentation. I will take up the questions now. In the meantime, can you please stop sharing the screen, ma'am, so that we can see your full video? Yes, slightly adjust the camera, ma'am. I think you didn't stop sharing the screen, no? Double it is coming. Madam, double screen is coming, no? Yeah, now it is perfect. Now you can on the camera. No, it is repeating. Okay, leave it, ma'am. I will continue the same this one. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. I'll move on to the questions now. The first question is, what kind of crops or farming systems are most suitable for CSA in Indian context?
We can say that in Indian context, growing millets is a promising technique for CSA practices, as these millets are capable of uh, uh, capable of withstanding in climate changes. These are capable of uh, keeping several abiotic stress condition. That is why we can grow these millets, which are considered as a neglected or underutilized crop, but we can use their propagation, their cropping, as they are highly nutritious crop, as they have capability to withstand the climate change condition. So we have to encourage the plantation or cropping of these millets, like pearl millet, barnyard millet. Several kinds of millets are there, so we can enhance, we can promote their cultivation in area where the climate changes, or where the climatities of these climate event are higher.
Okay. How do smallholder farmers benefit from climate smart practices?
Is they can get profited, because if they adopt, if they grow these millets, so it is a, although it is a underutilized crop, but it is a highly nutritious crop in and in market demand of these millets are increasing day by day. So they can grow these millets, as it is a have capability to withstand the climatic event. So at the same time, climate get benefited by growing these millets in their farm or in their farmland, and at the same time they can get higher income from by selling these millets in their global market or in the Indian market also.
Okay. Are there any low-cost tools or practices that farmers can adopt without heavy investment?
What, ma'am?
Are there any low-cost tools or practices that farmers can adopt without heavy investment?
Yes, yes. This is a growing. These millets are a low cost, because they it seeds are easily available, and it not require much addition of nutrients or much addition of water. So they can easily grow these millets and benefited from growing these millets.
Okay. What kind of impact does CSA have on reducing greenhouse gas emissions?
And you can see in my one of the slide that in normal practices, peoples are using a very much amount of nitrogen or urea in their form, that leads to the enhanced greenhouse gas emission. So in climate smart agriculture practices, there is a use of SSNM, that is site specific nitrogen management system, which tells that how what is the crop requirement of particular nitrogen requirement. So if and by using leaf color chart, we can consider our nitrogen requirement of a crop, and don't use much of the nitrogen for a particular crop. That help in lowering the greenhouse gas emission from the agriculture sector.
Okay. Can you share some real life examples or success stories where CSA has been effectively implemented?
Yes, yes. In Karnal district, in Karnal of Haryana, there is a success story of utilizing the climate smart agriculture practices. In Karnal villages, that is Bir Narayana, Anjanthali, and Chansaman of the Karnal, India. There, where the farmers utilizes the climate smart agriculture practices like zero tillage, use of land leveler, zero tillage with happy seeder, and they got improved biomass yield, net farm income, and economic efficiency by adopting these CSA practices.
Okay. What are the biggest challenges to implement CSA on a large scale?
On a large scale, there is a biggest challenge is that limited access to the finance, insurance, and market, inadequate infrastructure, and an institutional support, and high cost and risk is the major. We can say that a major limitation to bring the CSA on a large scale.
Okay. As an academician, how do you incorporate CSA into your teaching and research at your university?
But ma'am, the voice is not clear. Please
As
repeat.
an academician, how
Hmm.
do you incorporate CSA in your teaching into your teaching and research at the university?
In our teaching or we in our research we can utilizes the several practices. As I am working in the field of agriculture, so we have to implement some experiment where we can grow millets in natural condition, and check out how these millets are responsible, what are the mechanism which govern the millets to perform better under the climatic condition. What are the reason behind that millets perform better under the climate change condition? What are the mechanism responsible which for millets which help in better adapting in those climatic condition to the millets?
Okay. Are there any emerging innovations in the field, such as precision farming or climate prediction models, that you see gaining momentum?
Yes, in my area, that is in Lucknow, I can see precision irrigation farming in utilized in one of the place that is in you can say that it is a park where lots of plants are planted, and there peoples are using these precision irrigation technology for irrigation of the plants of that area, that is in Janiswar Misra Park.
Okay. What kind of policy support is necessary to scale up CSA practices at both state and national levels?
That is most of the main support, that is capacity building and awareness, financial and technical support, and policy and institutional strengthening are we can say that most of the major that is important in implementing the CSA practices.
Okay. How can academic institution like yours collaborate with government bodies to promote climate smart practices in rural communities?
We can do the training program, or we can organize some kind of workshop to train the farmers or community for growing the millets in their area, for adapting these practices to uh, that help in their climate smart agriculture practices.
Okay. What message would you like to give to the next generation of agricultural scientists and farmers about preparing for climate challenges?
I have said that they utilize not much depend on a major cereal crop. They have to utilize millets as it is a neglected crop and underutilized crop. So there is a more research needed for their for on the millets to see to check how these millets respond under the climatic change condition. What are the major property that are responsible for better performing of this millet under the climate smart under the climate change conditions. So there is a need to increase the researches on the that is based on the millets, so we can more get idea how these millets are performing better under the climate change condition.
Okay, I have completed the questions from our side. We have one participant logged in. I will just check if they have any question. Sir, if you have any question, you can unmute your mic and ask. Hello. Okay, I think they don't have any question. Thank you very much, ma'am. We have now completed the round of questions. On behalf of agricultureinformation.com, we like to thank Dr. Avantika Pandey for the talk and for answering the questions. This meeting will now be closed.